Today I'm going to talk about something that we very seldom talk about, and that's audio. Now, we purchase TVs with the best ultra-high definition screens and stare in wonder at just how great it looks. And even Netflix will ensure that it looks even better with their HD streaming. But very few people stop to think about the sound. And those expensive TVs, now they've become flatter and flatter, let's be honest, sound awful with those two tiny speakers. And they sound incredibly tinny unless you add an external speaker system. Speaking of which, you could spend a fortune on a nice Sonos speaker setup for your home. But are the compressed MP3 files that you're streaming from Spotify or Apple Music as good as a CD and a hi-fi separate system? Remember those days? Yes, it was a long time ago, but there was an argument that the sound was much, much better 10 to 15 years ago than it is right now. We just accept inferior audio now. Not to mention Bluetooth headphones that can interfere and keep blipping out when walking through a busy train station, for example. So today I want to talk about audio quality, or should I say the lack of it. Have we fallen out of love with good sound? So I wanted to find out more about audio technology, how it's going to impact the leading video streaming platforms over the next few years. So I invited Adam Levinson from G Audio Labs onto the show today to talk about the limited audio capabilities of streaming. So buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to San Francisco so we can speak with Adam from G Audio. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Well, it's a pleasure to be talking with you, Neil. Thank you for having me. So I'm Vice President of Business Development at G Audio, and we are an audio technology company. I've been in the audio industry since the early 90s, a very long time, back in the dinosaur era. I had been a musician and got into doing audio work. And, from there I spent about 2 decades in the video game industry, sort of climbing up the ladder from being a lowly sound designer making sound effects all the way to running audio for Activision for several years. And then I went to law school. And from there, I got into business development work and have done biz dev work in sound and music production, in something called middleware technology, audio production plugins, and then spatial audio and streaming audio solutions with G Audio. So it's been quite a journey.
It really has. And when you said that you left the world of audio to go into law, I thought, well, what made him come back in? But if you look back and join up the dots, it's all related, isn't it?
Exactly. As I sort of moved more into like an executive role in the audio world, I ended up doing a lot of contract work. And when I was at Activision specifically, I was doing a lot of work with celebrity talent. Because celebrity talent in video games is, voice recording, it falls into the audio wheelhouse. So I was involved in all the legal aspects of these deals, and I found that was really what I was interested in. Like I really enjoyed that work, and because I had the production background, I was able to bring some perspective into it that the other lawyers just didn't have, and I realized. If I could get the legal background, it could be a powerful combination. So that's why I pursued it.
Fantastic. And here we are in 2018, and like you said, G Audio is a next-generation audio technology company dedicated to enhancing the listening experience of XR and streaming media. But can you set the scene a little and just tell the listeners a little bit more about what G Audio is and what makes it stand out and what makes it unique from everything else out there?
Sure, thank you. G Audio got its start back in about 2015, all those years ago. In VR years, it's like dog years. So it's been seven dog years times 3. Yeah, the company got its start in spatial audio for cinematic VR. Sometimes that's called 360-degree video. There was this surge of hype and interest in VR back then. And a bunch of companies, including some big players like Oculus and Google, got involved in developing spatial audio solutions. And G Audio is actually one of the very first innovators in the space.